Hi, welcome to the Roxtec world. Do you know that our cable and pipe seals and our services and software are perfect for HVDC projects? Today in this video, you will meet experts from the testing labs and from the field. We will show you how we are designing projects and how we are going all the way to the lifecycle management with our products. We are helping our customers all the way from the design of the projects. Our standard products are used in mainly all applications, but we are listening very carefully to the customer's requirements, and we are producing also customized seals like off-center seals for high voltage cables. Talking about customized solution doesn't mean that we are inventing new products every day, but we are customizing standard products to the needs of the customers and the HVDC projects. Also very important is the testing of these customized seals. Follow me to the IP testing that we're doing right now.
Right now I'm preparing an ingress protection test. So I just hang the test plate here in our test chamber. So I will just close the door.
What IP levels can you test at Roxtec?
We're here at Roxtec, and in this specific chamber we can test from IP X3 up to X6. And now I will demonstrate X4. For X4, you see that this arch here is moving, which simulates that the water is spraying from all different angles. Comparing this to X3, you have it just coming from the top. So this is the next step in the scale of ingress protection. And now I will show you some really hard conditions. This is for the X6. On here now we have a nozzle which has a flow rate of 100 liters per minute, which will demonstrate some really hard conditions for our seal.
Does this support product development?
Well, because Roxtec has the capabilities to do this, it's a step up, I would say, that we can do this testing in-house. And that makes the process very fast, because the designers design something, then they want to test it to see if we can, what kind of IP, for example, performance that we have, then we can just go out here and rig it up and just test it. So it's very good for us, I would say.
Do customers and authorities witness your tests?
Yes, absolutely. If a customer has a request to come here to look, they definitely can, to see it in action. And we have a lot of authorities that come and witness our tests, so that we can get, for example, witness test reports and things that we can share to customers and to our subsidiaries.
What's in it for the customers?
Firstly, I would say that it builds trust, because it shows that we are a capable partner to our customers, that we can do this testing in-house, and that we have also invested in our own testing equipment to be able to help customers. They can also come here with their own cables and things like that, so that we can simulate how their cables would behave in our seals, and that also builds another level of customer relationship, I would say.
Did it pass the test?
Let's see. Yes, it passed.
Now you have seen the IP testing with Jesper. We are here now in the Roxtec EMC lab to test our bonding and grounding capabilities in a short circuit test. Now we can start the test. The test is finished, everything looks good, but now we have to disassemble the Roxtec installation to verify that our BG modules are still intact. Our success is based on our globally local approach. Engineers and technicians from all over the world working on international projects. They are sharing their expertise and insights from the projects all over the world, like in our global technical meeting in Karlskrona.
So at Roxtec, we see ourselves as a global supplier with a local strong presence. We are here at the technical meeting where we gather all technical people from around the world so we can share experiences, learn from each other, and ensure that we can bring back that knowledge to our local markets and implement this locally. Me myself used to work for Vestas for 5 years, both with product development, but also training of technicians around the world. And in that job, I realized and I experienced that it was really important to work with suppliers that both has like a strong technical global presence, but also are really strong locally. So you can call them, they can come to site, they know how to support, they know the local rules and regulations. In Norway, we see a clear shift going from oil and gas to renewables. They are more focusing on building HVDC platforms. And our customers usually use a global supply chain. They have structures, components, cabinets, and so on delivered from a global supply chain. And Roxtec as a global companies are able to support all this global supply chain sub-suppliers locally. And it's really important for our end customer here in Norway that we have a strong, coordinated global team that can support the project as a whole. So HVDC projects are quite complex and long-term. So in Roxtec, we are not only focusing on delivering high-quality products, we also have a strong focus on delivering value-added services. We can do inspections, supervision of installations. We also have software that can support in all phases of the project. We have software that support the design phase, but we also have software that support both the build, but also when the platform goes into operation, where the end customer can keep a safe and reliable working HVDC platform. So Roxtec, being this global supplier with a strong local presence, we ensure that we have, really good products, but also give really good local support. And that is probably how we create the most value for our customers, that they can deliver HVDC platforms and also other projects within energy transitions that perform good, that are reliable, and that are safe.
Our test and certificates specialists are also working close together. Here is Ricardo Calderon, our testing manager from the US, in our fire test lab in Roxtec, Sweden.
Can you tell us about the Roxtec fire testing capabilities?
Yeah, so here in Sweden, we have a state-of-the-art fire lab that allows us to support subsidiaries from around the world. We're able to conduct hydrocarbon and cellulosic fire test for marine and land-based industries.
Why is it important to test own specific setups?
Yeah, it's important to be able to conduct different types of tests. There's so many different applications. Roxtec is involved in many different industries. So this gives us the ability to control the test and not depend on third-party labs.
What is the value for customers around the world?
The possibility of conducting our own test allows us to develop new engineers, to develop new products, test our products to its limits, and it also allows us to depend less on third-party labs and build trust with our customers and other stakeholders.
How do you collaborate across borders in testing?
So we have the ability to perform tests in accordance with different international standards. So for example, when we test in the US, the internal tests are conducted in Sweden in collaboration with our technicians and test and certificates engineers. And then we follow that with an external test in the US at the certifying body, and our engineers and technicians in Sweden are part of that process.
Do customers and authorities witness the tests?
Absolutely. I think it's an important part of having a fire lab. Being able to invite both the certifying bodies and customers is very important because, again, it builds trust and it validates the testing that we do from an unbiased party.
We are also working in the field. Now we will see Christophe de Walsh from Belgium, our expert, just outside the yard supporting the projects.
Why is an international approach important in HVDC projects?
an international approach is very essential within HVDC projects as they are cross-border in nature, both technically and operationally. So first of all, we have technical standards, grid codes, system requirements that vary per region. And looking at it from from an international perspective, we actually can minimize the risk during design, construction and operation. Secondly, we see that we have a global supply chain and multidisciplinary teams, and leveraging international expertise allows access to best practice, innovative technologies and best lessons learned from other projects worldwide. So basically, it only improves quality and efficiency.
How can customers benefit from the Roxtec sealing expertise?
Well, in the offshore industry, we see that the engineering or design is most often coming from other countries like the Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, for example. And from the moment a project gets awarded to a local contractor, we actually start up the communication on an international scale, just to be sure that the initial design with its requirements gets aligned with the contractor. And in that way of working, we actually minimize the risk during the construction stage.
How can Roxtec contribute to installation work and quality?
It all starts with preparation. So first of all, we try to optimize the solution during engineering stage, just to overcome possible challenges. Secondly, we make use of Roxtec Transit Designer, which is like an online software tool we have to build up the configurations per frame based on the available cable list. And the result of this is that we actually can download the drawings, which we can hand over to the contractors or the installers, just for them to know how the configuration is working. Third, what we try to do is also we like to train the installers, but also the project managers, not only on how to install our solutions, but also how to recognize a good installation that is aligned with our installation instructions and also with the final requirements. Finally, we also perform inspections on a monthly basis. So we actually go on site, look at the performed installations and try to advise where necessary, try to support them where necessary. And I noticed that this way of working is like really getting appreciated both by the installers and project management as well. At the end, everybody wants to have the same result. It's just the delivery of a good project.
Now I have Daniel at my side from Roxtec Services and Software. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Matthias.
See you.
Thank you.
HVDC converter platforms are really complex, high-value assets where a single sealing failure can lead to a really huge problem.
Yeah.
How can we make sure that shipyards install everything correct during the construction phase?
Yeah, a really good question. And as you say, it's for shipyards, there's never our products that is the problem, because we have great products. It's almost always about installation quality. And I mean, the smallest deviations in installation quality can be a serious issue for safety, and it could cost a lot later on in project if you have to redo it. How Roxtec can help? We can help with a couple of different ways. One way is with installation training, where we provide installation companies with enough knowledge to do right the first time. But we can actually take it one step further with our service supervision, and it's where we have a Roxtec inspector on site for the installation phase, where he can answer questions and he can supervise the complete installation phase of the asset to make sure that the quality is high-end.
Okay, interesting. Regarding this installation, how does the installation company know what to install where and in which applications?
We have a software called Transit Designer. It's a designer software, and engineers can use it to choose the right solution with the correct certifications for the right place in the asset. And yeah, it's a really, really powerful software, both for that, but also for saving time. Because designing a transit in, for example, a 3D CAD software takes a lot more time than doing it in Transit Designer. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Once we have the installation companies trained, we're coming to the construction phase. And how can we make sure that all the documentation and all the digital logbooks for these installations are in place for like the project supervisor?
As I told you, we have Transit Designer, which is the software for the designing phase of an asset. But we also have Transit Build, which is for the construction phase. It's a really powerful software because you can document the complete installation of all of the transits of the asset. So you can document with data, you can document with the photos. So it's a real blessing for all the project managers out there.
Okay. Is that in the software that they can also see where the transits are? I mean, they are big projects.
They are, yeah.
And they have a couple of stories high. Is there any?
There is. You can actually plot all of the transits on a floor plan. And with if you have a supervision service, for example, during the installation phase, our inspectors can help you plotting each and every one of the transits on the asset so that you can keep focus on installation quality.
Okay. Installed correct once we are in operational phase.
Yeah.
How can we make sure that the transmission system operator over the lifetime of the asset can reduce risk of failures or of expensive downtime during operation?
Yeah. One thing I would like to talk about two things actually. I would like to talk a little bit about inspections, our inspection services. And with the inspection services, our Roxtec inspectors can come to the asset. They can document the status of each and every transit on the asset. And that's really, really powerful because we will know our products and we know what good installation quality looks like. And the way they document this is with Transit Operate, which is our third software. So now we have talked about the Designer, which is for the designing phase, Transit Build for the construction phase, and we have also Transit Operate, which is for the operational phase of an asset. And you can describe Transit Operate like a logbook for all of your transits. So where you can, every time you make a change to the transit, you can log it in your logbook and you can make sure that you have quality over the asset during the complete life cycle of the asset.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
These three softwares are like handing over to each other.
They are
connected.
Yeah, they are connected. So you can actually push everything that you have designed in Transit Designer. You can push either to Transit Build or to Transit Operate. And if you are in Transit Build, you can always push data into Transit Operate as well, so that you keep every step of the way, you keep all the information every step of the way.
Great. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you.
Now you have seen how we are supporting your HVDC projects worldwide. From customizing solutions over testing, you have seen how our experts and technicians are working together. We are the full solution provider. We have the certified sealing solutions for your projects. With our services and software, from design over build and to the operational phase, we are supporting you on a globally local approach. If you want to know more about this, please visit us on roxtec.com or contact your local Roxtec person in the field. Thanks for watching.